Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Con Jackson. We're talking about genetic disorders when it comes to ethnic groups. We have two amazing women that are making a difference not only in the research but the awareness of such conditions. It's great to welcome Lois and Dr. Adele to Get Connected.
Good morning, Con.
Hello, Con.
Well, ladies, it's certainly great welcoming two people that are way smarter than me.
Thanks.
Ladies, again, great having you. But Lois, when I read that you lost your two children tragically, it sure saddened my heart, and I'm sorry for your loss.
That's why I founded the first Victor Center for education, prevention, awareness, counseling for Jewish genetic diseases. Currently, we are testing for 19 Jewish genetic diseases. Most of these diseases are early fatal. There are no cures for any of them, but with one blood test, these diseases are all preventable.
Dr. Adele, I know that you and other doctors are leading the effort in genetic disorders when it relates to ethnic groups. What are you finding?
Well, the types of genetic diseases that we're talking about for screening are diseases where a carrier is a totally healthy person and one gene of a gene pair that codes for a particular disease is not working, and the one that is working keeps you healthy. So these diseases go many generations undetected, and there are only two ways to know if you're a carrier. One is to have a blood test, and the other one is to have the unfortunate experience of having a sick child. So what we're doing is educating people in the community, the Ashkenazi community as well as the general community, that everybody is at risk to be a carrier for some genetic diseases. In the Ashkenazi Jewish community, which is the community whose descendants are from Eastern and Central Europe, countries like Poland, Russia, Germany, Austria, those people have a specific number of diseases for which we know they're at risk, and that's been put together in a panel that is now readily available. And in Atlanta, there is the Atlanta Jewish Gene Screen, which is a partner with the Victor Center, where this testing is available, and it's done with genetic counseling, it's done in an optimal setup, and it's done the right way. So in Atlanta, you're actually very fortunate that you can get this done. If you're not in Atlanta and you're hearing this, you can go to the Atlanta Jewish Gene Screen website or the victorcenter.org website to get information about where you could go locally to get screened to ensure that you do this before you get pregnant.
Con, more than 1 in 5 of us who are Jewish is a carrier for at least one Jewish genetic disease. The good news is that both you and your partner must be carriers of the same disease in order for there to be a problem. So the testing is even more important. Our simple message is get tested before you get pregnant because these diseases are preventable.
Let's talk about genetic screening and what actually we can learn from it and what decisions does it help us make?
Well, if you find out before you're pregnant that you're both carriers, we recommend genetic counseling, and the genetic counselor will discuss different options with you. One that is accessible and available if you know before you're pregnant is to do in vitro fertilization, where you do fertilization in a test tube, and then you test the embryos, and you only implant the healthy embryos. But that's not available if you're pregnant already. Then decisions that need to be made are different, and genetic counselors can help a couple with that. So we really are very strongly advocating to do this before you get pregnant. A lot of rabbis, we're hoping, will recommend it for couples at the time of getting married so that they don't wait until they're in a hurry to get pregnant. The other important thing is to know that even if you are not married to a Jewish person, these diseases occur in the general population as well. The Jewish person needs to be screened first, and then if they're a carrier, their partner should be tested. And there are certain diseases that everybody should be screened for. Cystic fibrosis and spinal muscular atrophy occur in every population, and everyone should be screened for those. While Tay-Sachs disease is considered, quote, a Jewish genetic disease, it also occurs at a higher rate in the Irish, Cajun, and French Canadian populations. And people of those ancestries generally don't know that they're at increased risk for Tay-Sachs disease, which is a devastating disease where children die by about the age of 5. So if you're Irish, Cajun, or French Canadian, we recommend that you ask your doctor to screen you as well for those diseases. So everybody really needs to talk to their doctor based on their ethnicity about being screened for certain diseases. In the Ashkenazi population, we have the advantage of knowing that we have this panel of 19 for which we should be screened.
Lois, given all the challenges that you faced in your life, what advice would you give to any of us facing ours right now?
Tough question. I guess do the best that you can and take advantage of all of the opportunities that you have.
And Dr. Lois, I have to ask, was there any pressure practicing at the Albert Einstein Medical Center?
The experience is wonderful and they're very supportive. And as the previously Jewish hospital in Philadelphia, it seemed like a natural thing to start screening for Jewish genetic diseases. In Atlanta, our partner is at Emory, and it's called the Atlanta Jewish Gene Screen, and they have a website which would be helpful for people in Atlanta. It's atlantajewishgenescreen.org, and you can get to see a genetic counselor right in Atlanta who can help you get screened for all the right diseases and at the right time. We encourage you to contact them.
Well, your hair is sure way better than Albert. Ladies, thank you so much for your message today and the message of hope, but also bringing us awareness. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Con, for giving us this opportunity to spread the word.
Great to have the ladies join us. When we come back, we're going to experience Prague in a way you've never done before. We're going Gothic, and it's going to be fun. Get ready, get your black and white on, and we're going to go, well, there's no white, it's all black when we come back. Thank you so much for watching. Are you tired of negative news? We are.
And that's why we're creating a movement.
By keeping it real.
With what you need to know. It's more than what's happening.
It's bringing hope back to our lives.
So go to contv.com and join our movement.